How's it, Dr. Rudy here? Are you gay? Are you Catholic? Do you want to receive communion? Well, if the answer to those three questions is yes, then you're in trouble because the Catholic Church does not condone homosexuality. I know it might be hard to believe since the rank and file are sending out mixed messages, especially to children, but that's the official position. So today, I'm going to show you gay Catholics how to beat the system and receive communion in your preferred place of worship. All you have to do is remove your rainbow sash. That's all there is to it. Unless you have Alma Bufta tattooed on your forehead, they'll never pick you. Because the average person has really bad gaydar, which is why all those multimedia personalities manage to stay so long in the closet. What are you waiting for? Get in there and drink Christ's blood alongside the heterosexual faithful. And there you have it, a simple solution if you are determined to join a club that doesn't want you as a member. Bye now.
If those guys have been playing hide the sausage with all those boys all these years and now it's just come out in the open, I don't see why they can't let people take communion that are still playing hide the sausage with each other.
Everyone has rules and regulations that have to be followed, and so homosexuals have to respect that, I think, and just do something else.
But if they don't say they're homosexuals, then no one would know.
My flatmate's a fag and he doesn't really, he's half Jewish, he's Christian Catholic, and he just doesn't believe any of it anyway. So I think religion's a load of shit, so it doesn't really matter either way.
Every week, I'm inundated with letters from men asking how to seduce the ladies. Nikolai from Sunbury writes, "How do I get a woman from the bar to the bedroom?" The fact of the matter is that women actually quite like sex. Indeed, sometimes they are gagging for it. But the thing that will stop women from having sex with you is if they think you are a dork. The problem is, most women think that most men are dorks. How's it? And these decisions are made in a split second. So what you need to do is to avoid revealing the true nature of yourself. And the best way to do that is to keep your mouth shut. Don't say anything. It could be the way you boast about your job, or it could be your admission that you catch the bus to work, or it could be your accent. It only takes one piece of information for a woman to write you off for good.
I love my job, I know.
Now, the best way to avoid speaking is to go somewhere loud with someone loud. Take your most talkative mate. Then when you meet a woman, let him hold the conversation whilst you make loads of eye contact.
I know you think internet technology or IT is boring.
Because you're silent, she'll assume that you're much more interesting than you actually are. And she will eventually try to speak to you.
You're a quiet one.
But you could still ruin everything by speaking, so don't. Kiss her instead. Then at the end of the night, let the awkward, drawn-out silence force a suggestion from her.
I'm gonna go home. Do you want to share a cab?
That's all there is to it. Of course, once you get her back to her place, you will have to say a couple of things. But if things go well, you should be able to restrict yourself to yes, more, and oh my God.
No, my man's got to have some balls.
When I see a strong and silent guy, it attracts me, but at the same time scares me.
You got to let them know what you are, otherwise, you could be strong and silent and be a psychotic murderer.
Ada, listen to me. I've got something to say to you. I'm talking to you, boy! How's it, Dr. Rudy here? Do you have trouble disciplining your child? Do they ignore your answer back when you're trying to lay down the law? Well, today I'm going to show you how to make your child heed every word you say. Have you ever watched a child watching TV? They sit there slack-jawed, wide-eyed and completely transfixed by the screen. And they watch every video they own repeatedly. And you can't fast forward through the tedious bits because the child will have memorized every word and intonation. So, if you want your child to listen to you, simply videotape yourself telling them off. And When you play it on the television, you will have their complete attention. They'll even want to watch it time and time again. Ada, clean up your Lego when you're finished playing with it. If you leave your Lego on the floor one more time where people can tread on it, Christmas will be cancelled. As you can see, it works beautifully. And you can build a library capable of chastising him for just about anything. Because even children instinctively know when someone is on television telling you what to do, you must do everything they say. Dr. Rudy says so. Bye now. Do you want to know why? Because I said so, that's why. Because I'm in charge. One of the worst things about being a doctor is having to fix up injuries of domestic violence. When love turns sour, the results can be sickening. Just look at this patient. I don't care what she did. It's not worth doing this to yourself. You could so easily crush your nerves or tendons. Look, it's not so bad. Most of this blood isn't even yours. There you go. Better now? To stop this ever happening again, I'm going to take you through some preventative techniques. Rule number 1, never use your fists. Do what middle-class men do when they are angry with their wives. Use verbal abuse.
Verbal abuse? Will that work?
It certainly will, and I'll show you how. Now, the worst thing you can say to any woman is this. You are fat. You tried.
You're fat.
Very good. It doesn't matter if it's true. The more you say it, the more she will believe it. It will start to chip away at her self-worth. Then to further break her spirit, take any opportunity to remind her that without you, she is nothing.
Without me, you're nothing. Hear that? Nothing. Oh, is that all right? Not too much?
No, that's good. Go with your instincts. Then it's a good idea to top it all off with the occasional line about her being so useless that you are thinking of leaving her.
You never get anything right. Oh, I'm so close to leaving you. Who's going to want someone as useless as you?
Well done. You're really getting the hang of this. By now, her self-esteem will be so low, the threat that you might leave her is much more frightening than anything you can do with your fists. Of course, you have no intention of leaving her. Why would you, after putting in all this groundwork?
Is that all it takes?
That's right. After that, she'll be a blubbering heap cowering in the corner of the kitchen floor. Exactly the same result as if you punched her half a dozen times, but at no risk of physical injury to yourself.
Oh, thanks, Dr. Rudy.
My pleasure. Because there's no point in hurting a woman if you hurt yourself as well. It just makes twice as much work for me. Bana.
Your wife probably might be the mother of your children, so, I mean, that's just not on, hurting, something that's connected to you like that.
If someone hits you, I mean, the pain goes away, but what they said to you stays in your mind, and that affects you, your life, your lifestyle, and whatever you ever want to do in life.
I've probably hit a few fellas in my time as well, just because, you just feel the need, and I do kickboxing and stuff now, but yeah, I don't think it's just necessarily men hitting women at all.
How's it? Dr. Rudy here. In this age of networking, when remembering someone's name is more important than talent or work ethic, the one thing that you don't want to have is a poor memory. Unfortunately, as people grow ever more boring and pedestrian, it's becoming increasingly difficult to remember their names. That's why I like to employ a little technique called mnemonics. Mnemonics is just a term we professionals use for a short rhyme or phrase you use as a memory aid. So when you meet a new person, just think of a phrase that rhymes with their name, and you're much more likely to remember their name the next time you meet. Slept with his wife. Jonathan Fife. Hello again. How is your wife? Ah, big, dull, and fat. Angela Pratt, good to see you. 9 months to live. How's it, Viv? You're looking great. It's easy as that. So wave goodbye to the social blues today with the aid of our memory friend, mnemonics.
Hello there.
Ah, locks the back door. Fiona Moore. Bye now. How's it? Dr. Rudy here.
This week, I received a letter from Siobhan of Lekemba, a young lady with a query that is quite typical of young women today. She writes, "Dear Dr. Rudy, I have been thinking about it for quite a while now, and I would love to get a tattoo. The only problem is I have a very low tolerance to pain, and seeing as though most tattooists demand that you be sober for your session, I was wondering if you could recommend an alternative painkiller that could help me through my ordeal. Yours in anticipation, Siobhan." Well, Siobhan, I think I have the answer for you and every other woman who wants to follow a fad but can't take the pain. All you have to do is become pregnant. That's right, get yourself in the family way, and then in 9 months' time, tell your hippie midwife that instead of a homeopathic home birth, you would like to go tribal for your first baby.
Keep pushing.
Keep still, goddammit.
You see, the miracle of childbirth blocks out all other pain. So, it is the perfect time to have any other painful procedures done. And a tattoo parlor is the perfect place to give birth. These days, you'll find they are more sterilized than most public hospitals. And once the child is born and your tattoo complete, you'll have at least one part of your body that you're happy to look at. Just remember that sometimes you may not like your tattoo straight away, but don't worry. Post-tattoo trauma is quite normal. Bye now. Is your child naughty? Yes, I know, all children are naughty these days. So increasingly, you parents are turning to doctors like me to find a convenient, time-saving medical solution to your child's naughtiness. Now, you could get your doctor to prescribe this. Ritalin. If doping up your child with drugs to moderate their behavior appeals to you, then this is for you. But the new trend with parents is to be down on pills. It's so hard to force a child to swallow them. So today, I'm going to teach you how to subdue your child the natural way. Simply raise your child on a vegetarian diet. After just 2 weeks of eating only vegetables and lentils, they'll be too tired and listless to get up to any mischief. They'll be too sickly to roughhouse and scuff up their clothes or run around making lots of noise. And you'll never have to hit your child with a wooden spoon again, because when they turn up at school with a tofu sandwich, the other children will bully them so brutally they will completely crush any remnants of their precocious character. No more TV for you. I want to read my book. So, there you have it. To tame your child's tantrums, simply tamper with their tea time and remove their meat. It's a completely natural way to turn them from a Genghis Khan to a Gandhi. Bye now. Amber, for God's sake, stop slouching and sit up straight. You too, Kieran. You'll end up looking like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Bad posture is not only detrimental to growing bones and cartilage, it creates an impression of a slovenly personality that can adversely affect a young person's chances in the job market or the social scene in general. Amber, Kieran, you're doing it again. I said sit up straight. But like so many breakthroughs in the history of chiropractic treatment, an exciting new breakthrough has come from an unexpected source. Colin here is a drug courier, and what customs officers have noticed from scrutinizing airport surveillance videos is that though sallow-skinned, sweaty and unhealthy, drug couriers walk erect with excellent posture. And wow, their body cavities have been packed to the brim with condoms filled with cocaine or heroin, making it now well impossible to tilt the body forward more than 5 degrees off the perpendicular from above the waist. Kieran and Amber may take a little convincing, but a little discomfort and wincing now will pay off big time later. An hour or two a day for about 3 months should convince the muscle memory that you mean business. And when Kieran walks tall into the boardroom and Amber becomes a supermodel, they'll have you to thank, spinally speaking. Bye now.
How's it? Dr. Rudy here. Men, are you married? Has your wife started to worry about your health and especially your diet? If she has, then you're in quite a predicament.
because her concerns and constant nagging about what you eat will mean no more fats, no more dairy, less red meat, and far less alcohol for you. But don't worry, there is a way for you to indulge in all the things you like, whenever you like. All you have to do is learn how to cook. That's right, men. If you get in the kitchen and learn how to cook, you will be able to eat and drink anything you like. You see, your wife will be so grateful that you are relieving her burden by doing the cooking that she won't care what you are cooking. Terry here has been using this technique for quite a while now and has never been happier. And why wouldn't he be? For dinner tonight, he's made cassoulet, a classic French casserole of duck, bacon, sausage and beans cooked in goose fat. Delicious. And when he serves this to his wife, instead of chastising him for the cholesterol content of the meal, she'll simply think that making such a fine feast just for her deserves a decent bottle of wine. Maybe two. Furthermore, a good meal coupled with some excessive alcohol consumption may be just the thing to rekindle your passions, which in turn will provide you with all the exercise you'll need. Bon appetit.